Hello, my name is Chuck Phillip with South Alabama Home Inspections, and welcome to another edition of Southern Home Talk. I got involved in a few blogs the other day in a debate about, what should you do with old plumbing? Should you replace the entire system or should you just repair what's bad? And so I think the bottom line in all of that was it depends on how bad the current system in your house is. So, and a lot of that hinges on the type of plumbing that was used as well. So what we're looking at right here is copper pipe, but there's different grades of this copper pipe. You've got right here, which goes all the way down to the street at the meter. That's type K copper, which is pretty thick. Then up here, you got type L copper, which is fairly thick. And then you have another copper, which is type M, and that's relatively thin. And that kind of copper right there, if you have type M in your house, you probably do want to replace all of it, because especially if it's really old, like this plumbing here. This house was built in 1964, so this plumbing's close to 60 years of age. Now, when I started coming down here and making these repairs, I'd even contemplated about replumbing the entire house. That was back in the 90s. But when I started cutting back on it, making the repairs, I realized that a lot of this plumbing looked like it was brand new, despite being almost 60 years of age. And so the better tact in my situation was just to repair and replace what was bad. And you can see where I've done that over the years. You could see this was done last year. I replumbed this section here with PEX. This was done back in the 90s, and that was PVC. And by the way, my favorite plumbing product is PVC. Of all the products I've used over the years, PVC has been the best one so far. Now, another back in the 90s again, this is CPVC for the hot water side. And by the way, this CPVC, depending on who made it, this can have a pretty short service life, as short as 10 to 14 years. But so far, this has held up pretty good. It's too bad that PVC can't hold hot water like CPVC can, because, like I said earlier, PVC is so far the best plumbing product I've ever used. Now, copper's really good too. Like I say, this is a 60-year-old pipe, and it's been mostly all good. In fact, most of the plumbing in here is the original plumbing. But if there's any sort of dissimilar metal contact coming in contact with this plumbing, it can create electrolysis in this and start corrosion. On this connection right there, that's probably from flux that got left behind. So you can also see that I've got all this plumbing down here insulated, and the reason why I have it insulated is because this is an encapsulated crawl space. And if you allow cold water to come down these drain lines, any ambient moisture down here can condensate on it and drip down on the floor. This was the sewer line was copper. Now this rotted here at the base level. In fact, it was rotted all underground, so I had to replace this with PVC going back to the septic tank. And I replaced PVC there in the back when I put a new toilet in. But all these lines are insulated, and I also put ball valves all up underneath here to isolate the plumbing. And you'll notice these little red tags right there that are reflective. Anywhere there's a ball valve, I put one of those reflective tags there so I can shine my light up under here and easily find them. And I also put a big sign back there in the back for main water cutoff, in case my wife is here by herself and there's an issue, she can come down here and find the main water shutoff. And that's something else you probably want to consider too. If the only shutoff you have is at the street, you probably should hire a plumber to come out and put a secondary cutoff valve, preferably a ball valve. And so that valve right there will cut the water off to the entire house. And these are easy to operate. You just simply turn the lever and it's off. A lot better than a gate valve. So this is the kind of valves you want to put in if you do put a secondary cutoff in. So I hope this has been somewhat informative to you. I'm Chuck Phillip with South Alabama Home Inspections, and please subscribe to Southern Home Talk. We're constantly putting up videos that affect our houses here in South Alabama. Thanks for watching.